May the 30th, 2022. Guys, I had to take a couple of days off. I'll talk about that at the end of the video, but I want to mention this. This article from Gateway Pundit says, Biden inflation disaster. Maybe we should make a new term called Biden inflation. It says natural gas prices triple under Joe Biden. Consumer electricity bills expected to skyrocket this summer. Natural gas price reached a new high on Friday in front of the Memorial Day weekend. Natural gas is about to hit $10 per unit. Now let's take a look at this chart. And guys, it has not only been natural gas. All of us are painfully aware of gasoline for your vehicle, and the truck drivers are really feeling the pain for diesel and diesel additives. What is it, a DEF they call it? But this chart shows during the last administration, we were about $3.50 per unit on natural gas. Now, it's at $9, just under $9 now, and that is a tripling of cost, okay? But they're expected it to get $10. Natural gas, again, look at this, is about to hit $10. Natural gas prices have tripled under Joe Biden. So go back to the previous administration. Take your natural gas bill and put it times 3. You're already feeling it, but times 3 and see what type of Biden inflation, how that cuts into your income. Now, they explain that this is going to crush the American consumer. That was the plan. And guys, I work out of my home, and I feel extremely lucky about that because I have many friends that work 45 minutes away up into Jackson or further south and that travel around. And the cost to fill up your vehicle a couple of times a week even is cutting into food and other things. It says Americans who were paying $122 a month last year on their electricity will be paying $172 a month this year on electricity this month, but it's going to 10. Air conditioning bills this summer will sting because of rocketing natural gas. Guys, I don't know how many of you paid attention to the speeches from the different demons at Davos last week, but one lady came on smiling. I think she was something, her father had something to do with some of the major oil companies. But she said that more millionaires and billionaires have been made since the outbreak in the history of mankind. In other words, the middle class and lower class income people have dropped dramatically. But millions and billions have been made by Big Pharma and by the gas companies. Guys, they are getting record profits. Now, let's look at this a little bit deeper. All right, think about this. Can't drill, can't import oil. That forces the prices up tremendously. All right, so why aren't the oil companies protesting this as heavily as anything else that's being protested, right? Why? I guarantee you that they are being paid off to keep their mouth shut and rake in billions on triple prices. All of them are part of it. Natural gas is about to hit $10 again in this report. Now, natural gas accounts for 40% of our electricity needs in America today. Chinese windmills account for 9%. Solar panels account for 2.8% of our electricity. But guys, this is not a promo, but we do sell the #1 solar products on the planet at the best prices, many with free shipping. Again, not a promo, but when they say that, your solar panels are 2.8% of electricity, that's because not many people use them. A lot do, but in comparison, especially the big cities and all, they were content with natural gas prices. And I've noticed on our website, some of the solar equipment is going up, but again, it's the best prices out there. And if you've ever thought about it, again, not a promo, you don't have to use our equipment, but get you some solar power, right? I can run with just 1.2 kilowatts here, 2 5,000 BTU air conditioners, my refrigerator, and my 2 deep freezers, lights, computers, things like that. It's not that good on heat. That's why I mean, I have electricity here. I have no natural gas or anything. I'm way out in the country. Don't care for it. It's too high. But you're going to need to have some independence from it. Use the solar when you can't pay that natural gas bill. You need to have some solar panels, and you can get a system like mine, 1.2 kilowatts or 1,200 watts, for less than a generator, and they run on natural gas. Okay, think about it. Generator they started around $5 or $6 grand. My system was about $4 grand, but I bought it over time because I've been preparing. I just kept adding up till I got to my 1.2 kilowatts, and I'm probably going to build from there. But again, it's like weaning yourself from the swamp in a way. You understand what I'm saying? What they vote on and what they're paying the oil companies, and companies are kicking back to the Biden inflation or Bidenflation mechanism. You don't have a chance. Now, if electric vehicles weren't so expensive, that may be an option. I would not necessarily a self-driving one. We've seen the problems with that, but they're just so expensive. And I know people that are getting the road. I mean, they're buying golf carts that are electric that you recharge from your solar panels. Right? Makes sense. That in that way, by it being street legal with lights, tag, blinkers, all of that, you can actually use it to go and get some of your shopping done if you had to. Just things to think about there. But again, we're expecting a tripling of natural gas prices. Now, another article, but this one's on Zero Hedge, guys. It says soaring commodity prices have been financially devastating for households, devoting larger and larger shares of disposable income to pay for energy. For instance, at 9 California filling stations, the price of regular gas is higher than the federal minimum wage. Patrick DeHaan of Gas Buddy said several gas stations in L.A. and San Francisco metro areas had recorded pump prices over the federal minimum wage of $7.25. One station in L.A. is now $7.83. This came out this morning. Ed Yardini of Yardini Research told CBS News that record-high fuel costs are denting workers' paychecks. He estimated the typical U.S. household would spend upwards towards $4,800 on gas this year, a $2,000 increase over last year. The financial burden is piling up for the working poor and households worldwide. Bloomberg reports Brazilians are spending a whopping 33% of their monthly minimum wage to fill up a 14.5-gallon fuel tank. The figure in Mexico is 24%, 18% in Argentina, 17% in Chile, and 13% in Colombia. In Europe, natural gas and electricity bills are expected to jump from 3.5 to 4.5% of household disposable income. Again, I never believe their stats. The share of an energy bill that households have to pay continues to increase as Europe's transition from Russian fossil fuels is bumpy. Filled with shortages and elevated prices, this figure doesn't even include petrol prices at the pump. The cost of living is hitting a painful threshold for many working-class folks worldwide and has also sparked social instabilities in several countries. Riots. Turbulent times are ahead as inflation riots spread, as soaring energy and food costs consume disposable incomes. Now, that's why the new president in Brazil has fired several of his energy ministers, or whatever you want to call them. It was they are called chiefs of the state-controlled oil company Petroleo Brasileiro S.A. And he fired them because of these high fuel prices. You think that's going to happen here? Not with the kickbacks. It's just going to get worse. So we're being attacked from every direction. There's just no way around it. And guys, it's a one-way deal. It's one-way street. Depending on which side you're on, you're in big trouble. The other side, you can get away with murder, right? That's how it's going on now. And just looking back at the tragedy in Uvalde, Texas, with the shooting, And then we saw this weekend protest in Houston, Texas, over the NRA's yearly meeting, and violence, and there's protest everywhere. It wasn't just Houston, but it was focused in Texas. This protest was, again, because of the NRA meeting. And it happened just days before the meeting was scheduled. People tried to get it canceled. It didn't happen. Some people canceled, some musicians and all, because of the recent shootings, but some didn't. And guys, do you realize that, you remember Columbine in California, the school shooting? Do you know it was right before the NRA meeting in Colorado that year? Did any of that make sense to you? Do you see where we're going with this? But guys, that's enough about that right now. I just want to mention I had to take a couple of days off, and I may have to take a few more. I've hurt my back years ago, and it's given me problems. I had surgery 20 years ago on it, and it healed, but I always work hard. I have a farm, and a little over a week ago, I was moving an air compressor in my shop, and really tore up my lower back, and it actually popped my right hamstring, broke it completely loose from my right shoulder. I spent yesterday half of it in the emergency room, and now I've got to set up some meetings with doctors to get the surgery done. But when I'm able to, I will be here reporting. Just if you see me not come on for a day or two, I'm having to deal with some problems there. And I'm not complaining, just want to let you know. I'm fine. I have to deal with it and slow down, they told me. And it's kind of hard to do when you have a farm. But I'm going to have to do it. It's that or have really more serious problems. So one thing about it, I won't be on my tractor as much, and I maybe can get more information out here. But if I'm gone for a day or two, I may be in surgery or something like that. I've got to get something done pretty quick. But you guys, pay attention and think about solar panels. Think about water filtration and survival food. That's the main three things that we have promoted for 12 years on our website, because you can understand problems, but if you have no solutions or offer no solutions, what good is it? If you talk about it and don't offer a solution, and that's, as we've looked at the problems that we've incurred with over the years and looked at the problems that are coming down on the world, we have slowly built up all of those three that I mentioned. So consider that. And always keep God in your heart. Keep your Creator in your heart. Pray that these demons are taken down. We're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.